Hello, the news has been with names on out the state judicial branch offices and out the state corrections offices of Connecticut, planting identity theft, fraud, slanders, and evidences, collusions at all natures of crime scenes. And that hasn't stopped. So it's very subtle to notice their roles. They have timed collusions with overt criminal enterprises and private ones, and roles forcing child abusers, leaders of the kids, including sexual and medical. They're out of their minds to pretend with the CDC. They could treat. So this breach has the former director of the FBI, Robert Luskin, former standing chairperson on the Racketeering Influence and Corrupt Organizations Act, involved with murders and untimely deaths with people at medical locations and campuses, also involved with street crimes, names next to body dumping spots, and that were brought up at the same time, intercities too, as people involved with World Trade Center attacks, preventing. That's what affected their confessions to me, because they know that someone affected me, request help from me regarding Harper courts, and the FBI had roles played with federal evidence as crimes before the World Trade Center attack put together. It is with the retired Weathersfield police chiefs and mayors, and a whole bunch of natures of conjunctions to them, with like a West Hartford Park near a religious spot. That religious spot and narratives regarding the relationship between the father and mother of Eric Burgess, who's one of my military sources. He's right between a little kids' school and fire campuses, involved with the FBI and the CIA. I mean, with the FBI and the courts, family members and intimate ties, involved also with Dean Judd and his family members, recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed, putting fake things in databases, pretending, and with people that forge conversations, fake conversations with adults and kids, and pretend they made conspiracy theories. These are people also on social media with the news locations, the social media of Fox, the Facebook pages of Fox Connecticut News, um, Fox 61 News, Channel 3 News, WFSB, and WTNH, and their sources. They have predicate acts with their Facebook pages, refusing to identify themselves, courts and police forms through time. Increasingly, every day, they're only capable of predicate acts with facts, methods, stuff-by roles, method/S. They're lying about what they think about people. They just say whatever to pretend they don't realize stacking and having stacked fake things in databases. It's important to get them on paper, one name and sequence. I'm online. I haven't asked Judge Napolitano because they use wire and mail crime methods, and at locations they fake transcripts and ties to people. These are people involved with the World Trade Center attack. Don't be coward punks and have some fake computer voice calling Thomas Hearns a conspiracy theorist. Even if Marvin Haglar didn't take the vaccine, if he did take the vaccine, the hospitals across the country involved with all kinds of medicines crimes recorded. Methods of them are recorded. Whole medicines crimes methods are recorded. Black pupils see the whites of eyes. Who disbelieves? You got to get them on paper, one name and sequence. You're going to watch a whole bunch of people involved with the World Trade Center attack, and the sides of it are involved from other areas, having been planting evidences on all sides of my house with people in intercities who planted evidences as people. That's recorded, even on Facebook, confirmed. Like, for example, Robert Rodriguez, he brought up the principal child defenders campus to me. I recorded them forcing. They faked all kinds of things and hid his confessions into me, and other things I recorded and other names he brought up. And God knows I barely got to talk. And they made him call back a whole bunch of times. I'll say all these things, fake things. And then they have the sources of WTNH, pretending passions, emotions in the media. And I still don't have a paper. I've been asking you guys many times. I went to the courts many times. They made many confessions. And they switch names, switching the officers' names and make confessions tied to that, switch their own names. Even the court-appointed lawyers. Oh, because they didn't have a good lawyer. Get down! They have the courts and the prison. They have the judicial branch offices involved with sexual and medical offenders in my area roles with the databases, and with the police that fake conversations with me as a kid and I was an adult at the Weathersfield police station, like these Mendez police next to Fox Connecticut News involved with this, as ones involved next to WFSB and WTNH, including the FBI director. Increasingly, Harper courts are recorded, confessed, demonstrated, confirmed. They're leaking their roles intercities with people at the West Farms Mall and East Hartford Mall, in shopping centers, involved with more sexual and medical offenders, leaders of the kids where they were first forced because they have roles with the medical families with their own kids involved with it. Even the picture of one of the daughters of a Leahy family that faked conversations with me. You guys get them on paper, one name in sequence. They're using the celebrities. Thomas Turner trying to have a conversation. We're not going to leave out the evidence. Well, they have no evidence. We have no evidence. They have evidence is crime. They have delusions. The psychiatry since founding. They have a whole bunch of people tied to a Cologne house, 80 Carroll Drive, on off the corrections officer, judicial branch officer. We're coward punks. We're refusing to get on paper. Wethersfield Pizza House, too, with other natures of conjunction to that judicial branch officer. Clearer than day. Criminally foiled wire crime acts and methods. Identity theft, fraud, slanders. The recorded confessed demonstrated confirmed with intelligence at Central Connecticut State University in New Britain, Connecticut, involved with all these different countries, overt criminal enterprise, private ones, not legitimately with their acting professors and things that enrolled with it, all along roads and routes. Let's get them on paper, one name and sequence. Don't make people beg. In other words, we have violence involved. We're going to have to get them from the names forging and switching. It's not just police violence. These are people involved with gangs and from other areas with the House/S, with the people making confessions of the police over the phone, pretending other too, and they don't even give the whole name. There's a Phil Collo further with a Whiting forensics, increasingly with state police families, interstates involved with identity theft, fraud, slanders, with the ones with the news. You get them on paper. We're going to examine the fire campuses and medical campuses have their roles with all these different countries and criminal enterprises. They run into high line progressions. Even if they're all police, and then there are all sides of issues that they're putting fake transcripts, forging other doctors' names even, and pretending people knew each other. In other words, the ones that are doing it too, put fake conversation with people with themselves, like this Leahy family. We need to get them on paper. Increasingly, people involved with the parks and recreations, all kinds of drugs and medicines, crimes to the kids, while tactically delusions wrought with psychiatry. They want to have readings over these doctors. The law says we give them the benefit of the doubt at the last second. I recorded the lawyers of the FBI and retired Wethersfield police chiefs involved pretending that at the last second, no. They're changing and faking what's recorded online, too, with the FBI and other agencies, even the Marines involved. And we're going to go deeper and deeper onto the rest of like that, like a Paul Kelly with the Air Force and other natures of roles. With Hartford Hospital, with the military, with the World Trade Center predicate acts relative. Get them on paper, one name and sequence. Get me off the fake conversations with the news and get the interbranch. Get them on paper. Tell Judge Napolitano, please don't wait. Don't wait. Let's hurry up. We don't have time.